What the heck is actually going on with NIO stock? There's extreme frustration. Today, I just received this message from a fellow subscriber, and also he just personally messaged me like he's losing hope for the first time in 5 years. Watching Xpeng stock go up, watching Li Auto stock go up, but NIO stock go down. What the heck is actually going on? Is NIO actually having any demand here in China? What's the sentiment like here in China? We're going to answer all those questions. No BS in this video. Of course, the low deliveries, I can give you the usual excuses that they're in a transition phase, which they are, okay? But what about the actual situation? What is the actual sentiment towards NIO here in China? What are people saying? Okay, and I'm afraid that the answer is very, very polarizing. What do I mean by that? Okay, so here in China, the sentiment towards NIO is either just you really, really like NIO or you really hate NIO. Yeah, there's no in between. There's only the two polar opposites, and this is, of course, not very healthy. Why is this the case? Okay. Well, if you look at NIO content here in China, which you guys don't have access to, but I watch NIO content here in China all the time. There are two types of content creators here in China. Okay. You got the so-called KOCs, which I don't know what the hell KOC stands for, but they're basically a bunch of people that just constantly promote NIO, say good things about NIO. Some of them are also rumored to be paid by NIO. Now, just to make it clear, I'm not paid by NIO. NIO has never given me a single cent. They have sent me some gifts and stuff, but this is all part of the people, NIO owners get gifts as well, right? So you got these kind of people. They're just constantly promoting NIO, and then they're, the comments are generally very, very positive because their subscribers are generally very, very nice. And then you have those bigger, like unbiased content creators that, they just analyze all the different cars here in China, and their content is often very, very pro NIO and very positive towards NIO. Like one of the biggest creators here in China, Chen Jin, and he's very, very popular. Like he owns a NIO, he praises NIO, he likes the car, and he's got nothing but good things to say about the car, and all sorts of other big content creators. And this is one side of the spectrum, okay? And then you have the other side of the spectrum, content creators who really, really just say a bunch of like total horse shit, all right? Saying that battery swap is bad, and this is further exacerbated by the fact that if you go to any sort of NIO's competitors, you go to Zeekr or you go to Tesla store or you go to Li Auto store, the sales reps, if you tell them that you're considering NIO with the battery swap, everything, they're just going to ask you, does your phone have battery swap? No, it doesn't. Then why the hell does your car need battery swap? Battery swap is an old tech. So you got these sales reps constantly feeding this negative information towards battery swap, combined with the fact that battery swap isn't like generally well known. If you're really smart, you understand battery swap and all the benefits it has, but most people here in China, I wouldn't say they're not smart, they just haven't been taught all the benefits of battery swap, and they could be easily swayed by these negative messages from sales reps combined with negative messages about battery swap online. Okay, a lot of people saying battery swap is crap and not useful, like why would you need it? There's going to be solid state battery and that kind of stuff. And the overall sentiment, like when I see a NIO video in China, and it's not from one of the KOCs, all right? If it's not from one of those KOCs and just a NIO video, the comments all kind of say that NIO's game over. Like that Well, when are they going to go bankrupt? That kind of shit. There's that kind of shit going on in all the comments on those videos that are not made by like pro NIO guys, okay? So what the hell? Why is this the case, guys? It's so frustrating, okay? This kind of sentiment is because people are paid to say shit and spread false information about NIO here in China. Yes, it was recently exposed, right? That if you spread some false information about NIO, saying NIO is banned and bankruptcy, batter swap is shit, you can actually get paid. You make some content about that. There's some 100 likes, you get paid. You get paid like 2,000 RMB or some shit like that. Like, what the hell, man? There's people paying random people to shit talk NIO here in China. Like, who is actually behind this? All right. So that has created this super polarizing situation where there's already a lot of misconception towards batter swap. And then with all this bullshit, it's exacerbated that people think that batter swap is bad, NIO is bad, they're losing so much money, they're going to go bankrupt. That's the overarching message, sentiment from a lot of the NIO content here in China from non-pro NIO creators. Yeah, very, very, yeah, very bullshit. So, but what about the man in general? Like, you see, the thing with like NIO and NIO stock, like, there's a lot of interest and the referrals for NIO are just spectacularly high. Okay, there's like 70% referral rate. Like people that drive a NIO, they're gonna tell everybody that, hey, this is a great car, you should buy it, right? So NIO depends a lot on referrals. However, that means that management really, really likes these referrals and they do not want to piss off existing owners. And this is partially one of the reasons why NIO, could be not so profitable, okay? Because they're worried about backstabbing NIO owners. When there was that product transition phase from Gen 1 NIOs to Gen 2 NIOs, they were trying to get rid of inventory for the NIO cars. The Gen 1 NIOs, like the one I'm in right now, they gave away free autopilot, all right, as an incentive. And then that pissed off everybody, every NIO owner. Well, most NIO owners were very pissed off. Like, boy, I paid full price for this, and you're giving it away for free. Is this thing actually worth anything? Like, like, so, so then quickly, because NIO doesn't want to hurt existing NIO owners, they kind of just caved in and pulled that back, and not do anything like that. But even some of the big, like, unbiased content creators that are very, very pro NIO in general, like these guys have millions and millions of subscribers, even they say that NIO CEO is way too nice to NIO owners. And that is partially why they're not really earning money, because they're not willing to backstab NIO owners, come out with a better product right away to gain market share. They said it, not me, okay? Even they said it. So it does seem in general that the thing that's kind of holding NIO back, huge misconception on the internet here in China about batter swap, paid by unknown people, competitors mostly, also combined with the fact that NIO CEO is way too generous to NIO owners. I personally love that. Every year we get a bottle of wine. Who does that, right? And do you see BYD giving every BYD owner a bottle of wine, or Tesla giving every Tesla owner a bottle of wine every year? No, you don't see that. NIO's too nice, and sometimes people take advantage of that and they abuse the system. All right, and that really sort of hinders NIO's profitability. And I'd say that going forward, I think the future is very bright for NIO, actually. There's no real need to lose faith, okay? Like I've said in previous videos, they're coming out with 10 cars this year. They're launching 10 cars this year. And people have generally have good things to say about NIO. And it's either you hate NIO or you've driven and own a NIO, you've tried battery swap and you love NIO. It's one of those two. So it's to get those people that really hate NIO to convince them to test drive the car, try out battery swap, and learn more about battery swap, and not just have a shallow understanding of NIO. That takes time. So even though some of you guys are losing faith, I am not losing faith. Okay, I believe that NIO is going to succeed in the long term. Definitely, they will succeed in the long term. They will, however, probably need to get some more money by financing somehow to sustain themselves going forward. But I am very positive with these cars that they're coming out. I'm very positive with the steps that they're doing to make changes to update the car. And of course, their car kind of needs updating, and the update is coming soon. The 2025 versions are coming soon. And that, my friend, right? Let's be the judge once they roll out all these cars and they start delivering these cars. And then you can judge, okay? Right now, we're still in a phase where we're still doing product transition, right? So that's the overall situation here in China. Like, they got to fix the sentiment. They got to catch the guys that are paying other people to say battery swap is shit, right? They got to catch those guys. Yeah. And then NIO CEOs got to be less nice to NIO owners. Yeah. That's going to help them become more profitable. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.